Welcome to A.D.A.P.T, your personalized AI coaching program. Your team rolls out AI. The outputs are fast and confident. Everyone celebrates the productivity gains. But nobody is tracking how much time people spend fixing what AI gets wrong. Anthropic's latest research, analyzing 2 million real conversations, puts hard numbers to this invisible gap for the first time. Let's get straight into it.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are really just stripping away the hype and looking at the actual scorecard for AI productivity.
Yeah, getting into the hard numbers.
Exactly. We're digging into data from January 2026 to see how artificial intelligence is reshaping the work, not in theory, but in actual practice. So to get these numbers, we're looking at materials curated by Prashant, a senior business professional with over 25 years of experience, for his applied AI coaching program called A.D.A.P.T, using recent research published by Anthropic.
And what's really great about this research is it isn't just a survey of what people say they do.
Right, because people exaggerate.
Oh, absolutely. No, this is an analysis of 2 million real conversations. It looks at the economic primitives, which are basically the fundamental building blocks of work. So, how much complexity or autonomy and skill are actually involved in the tasks we hand over to AI.
So let's get right to the headline stat here, because Anthropic found that using AI cuts task time by roughly 80%. I mean, that sounds incredible. I hear that and I just think, oh, I can take Fridays off now.
Right. Yeah, that is the happy path scenario. It assumes the AI is perfectly reliable, which we know it definitely isn't. When researchers actually factored in the time humans spend verifying the output and fixing errors, well, nearly half of those productivity gains just evaporated.
Let's make that real for everyone listening. Say I have a task that usually takes me 90 minutes.
On paper, the AI knocks that down to about 18 minutes.
Which is a massive win. I mean, that is 72 minutes of my life back.
Right. But only if you trust it blindly. In reality, you have to read what it wrote, fact-check the hallucination.
You fix the tone. Yeah.
Exactly, fix the tone. That is the reliability tax. So when you add that human verification time back in, your actual saving is closer to 40 minutes.
Okay, saving 40 minutes is still great, but it's definitely not the set-it-and-forget-it magic trick that the 72-minute figure kind of suggests.
It changes the entire calculation from automation to partnership. You are the editor, basically.
Right.
And that need for verification gets significantly harder the longer the task goes on. The data calls this task horizons.
Meaning it's better at short sprints than marathons.
Much better. The data actually shows that when developers build automated systems using the API, rather than just chatting with a bot, the success rates crash once a task crosses the 3.5-hour mark in complexity. The AI just loses the thread.
So for now, we keep the leash short. I want to look at who is actually holding that leash, though. The report mentioned an education gap that honestly seemed totally backward to me.
It is very counterintuitive. Historically, automation comes for low-skill jobs first, right? Like factory work or data entry. But this data shows the average task in the U.S. economy requires about 13.2 years of education. But the tasks people are giving to AI, they require an average of 14.4 years.
Wait, so we aren't automating the easy stuff. We're automating the work that requires a university degree.
That's the paradox here. We're handing over the cognitive heavy lifting. And this creates a major fork in the road for the workforce, which is descaling versus upskilling.
How do we know which one is happening to us?
Well, look at travel agents. The data suggests they are being deskilled. The AI is taking over the complex itinerary building and logistics, and the humans are left with the routine ticketing and processing.
Well, that sounds miserable. You lose the fun, creative puzzle of planning the trip and just get stuck with the paperwork.
In that specific case, yes. But then look at property managers. It's the exact opposite. The AI takes the routine bookkeeping and admin off their plate.
Leaving the humans to focus on negotiation and strategy.
Right, exactly. Stakeholder management.
So if the hard part of your job is data processing, you are in trouble. But if the hard part is human connection, you're getting a huge boost.
That seems to be the dividing line. And interestingly, we see a similar split globally too. In higher GDP countries, AI is being used for work augmentation to make jobs faster. In lower GDP countries, the usage is heavily skewed toward coursework and education.
That is a fascinating distinction. The developing world is using this to learn while we are using it to optimize.
Yeah, it suggests a massive leveling up of the global talent pool is on the horizon.
So what is the big takeaway here then?
We really need to stop thinking about automation as just replacing humans. That 40-minute saving we talked about only happens if there's a human in the loop to verify the work.
Right, it's a tool that needs a supervisor.
Exactly. But here's a provocative thought to leave you with. If AI successfully takes over the most educated parts of our jobs, the analysis, the coding, the complex writing, and leaves us with just the verification, are we creating a future where human work is actually less skilled than it was before?
Wow, that is a terrifying thought to end on. Are we upskilling or are we just watching the machine work?
Thanks for listening to this deep dive, everyone. Apply that 40-minute reality filter to your week, and we will catch you next time.
This is A.D.A.P.T, your personalized AI coaching program. If you've enjoyed listening to this podcast, visit adaptaicoaching.com to understand how AI can upgrade your or your team's productivity. Keep learning and keep being curious.